No problem. Let's go ahead. Well, hi, this is Arvin from Integrity Capital, an advisory firm specializing in bridge lending. I'm reaching out to introduce some of the latest market terms in bridge financing. Do you have a couple of minutes?
Yeah, no, definitely. I can talk right now.
Thank you. Thank you, Jack. How are you doing today?
Very good, very good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Yeah, from what I can tell, Jack, you're focusing on multifamily, is that right?
Correct. Yeah, I do multifamily sales here in Phoenix.
Wow, that sounds good. So probably more in the residential part, but can I know what kind of or how many deals or projects do you typically do each year?
I try to do, 1 to 2 deals a month with my different clients. Usually I'm looking at properties that are at least 25 units, sometimes up to 100, and just here in the Phoenix market. Most of what I'm doing is on the sales side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's my
Wow.
focus.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great to hear. Jack, the main reason why I'm calling is we just want to add value to whatever you have, and I like to send you some helpful literature about the commercial lending market. So we have here the top 10 ways on how loans are getting funded. So basically, our main focus is on bridge lending nationwide with deals up to 5 to 10 million in size. So we also have asset types like retail, industrial, those kind of stuff. And we are helping developers that are seasoned and experts in their craft. So if it'd be all right if I can get your email because I can email it to you right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's jack
Mhm.
at gmail.com.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna going to schedule you a quick 10 to 15 minute call with one of our side advisors. They'll review your goals and see what better value we can offer you than what you currently have. So will it be all right if I can schedule you a call back with one of our advisors today in the afternoon
Yeah, that's perfect. I'm good around 3.
around 3? Perfect. Sure. I appreciate your time, Jack. I'm gonna ask my senior advisor to give you a call at 3 p.m. today. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Awesome. Thank you, Art. I appreciate it. That was
Okay.
good. Couple things like when you mentioned what we focus on,
Mm-hmm.
as far as loan amounts,
Mm-hmm.
it's really 5 million to 100 million.
Uh-huh.
I think you said 5 to 10. So really just anything above 5 million is what we're trying to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
You could say that. And I would just kind of focus it more on how we can help add value for your clients. Because when you're talking to a sales broker, they're not the ones that are borrowing the money. It's going to be their client that we're
Yeah,
ultimately
they're fine.
helping.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just trying to like show that you can add value for them and be a
Mm-hmm.
resource for
Mm-hmm.
the sales broker,
Well, makes sense.
kind of framing it that way. And then, at the beginning, I think you just kind of went right into like what we do. I think I would just kind of open it up and you can even just make sure I'm the right person you're calling to. Like, hey, this is Arvin with Integrity Capital. I was looking to speak with Jack just to sometimes make sure. But I
Mhm.
think you just kind of jumped right into it. But however you
Yeah.
want to handle that initial opening, ultimately, we're just trying to let them know your name, what company, and why you're
Mm-hmm.
calling,
Mm-hmm.
and what Integrity Capital does.
Sorry?
Do you think that went do you think that went okay on your end?
Yeah, I mean, I think I have to, I would say, make it more, I would say, spontaneous because sometimes I'm a bit stuttering. There are things that I need to compose in my head, and sometimes it's being jumbled up. So I think I had
No
to
worries.
be more organized with my thoughts because sometimes if there are questions that are being raised to me and I'm not quite sure what the answer is. For example, some clients will ask me, what's your interest rate? Those kind of stuff. They'll ask me, what basically you do in bridge financing, those kind of questions. So those are some of the questions that I always get if I engage with those brokers. And yeah, sometimes I answer them. To be honest, sometimes I just base it on the hot sheets that you guys are sending. So that's basically it. So I mean that's the common thing that I have been experiencing. If ever there will be some objections that will pops up
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah, and just, every deal is different. Like there's so many different rates that we can see with what we
Uh-huh.
do because lenders are going to price differently based on the scenario, based
Mhm.
on, the asset type, leverage there is as far as
Mhm.
loan to value. So
Mhm.
for someone to just ask point blank, what's your interest rate? You really have to just, let them know that it depends and try and gather some more information. If you're comfortable providing a rate based on, the materials that we sent, you can do that and just let them know it's going to take more time to get a definitive rate for you. We have to really
Mm-hmm.
go out and market the deal to
Mm-hmm.
lenders, but you can always just fall back on. I'd love to get you in touch with my colleague Jack, who can, dial in a better rate for you. Don't be afraid to fall back on that, and they'll actually kind of respect that because they know you want to progress this towards helping them. So that was good. The next role play we'll just do, I'll just be like a gatekeeper. So I'll be like a receptionist who's taking the call, and I don't want to put it through to the person that you're trying to speak to. So we'll do that one.
Sure, sure. So let's go ahead. Hi, this is Arvind from Integrity Capital. I'm looking for Jack, please.
Jack's actually in a meeting right now. What's Integrity Capital?
Oh, hi. Yeah, we are an advisory firm specializing in bridge lending. The reason why I want to reach out to Jack is we just like to introduce to him the latest market terms for bridge financing. So just like to know what will be the best time for me to give him a call back.
He's actually gonna be tied up the next couple days. Is he expecting your call?
Not really, because like what I've said, I'm just calling him to introduce our company. We're just here to add value. So I understand that he's very busy, and that's very understandable considering his role. So would it be all right if I can get his email? I'm gonna send him some helpful literatures about the commercial lending market, and if there's anything that's interests him, maybe he can just simply reply to me, and I'll give you my number as well. Will that be all right?
I can't give out his email, but I can take your information and relay that to him if that's okay with you.
Of course, that will not be a problem. I can give you my number, and if he has also a voicemail, I can also leave a voice message so that in case he will be interested to whatever services that we are offering, perhaps he can just simply give me a call back. So sure, sure, I'll give you my number. Sir, are you ready? Here's my number: is 48027, and I'm Arvid from Integrity Capital.
Yeah, we'll end it there. That was good. I would say like when you know it's a receptionist on the other
Mm-hmm.
line, I would just be very casual and short and just say, "Hey, I'm looking to speak with Jack."
Mm-hmm.
Don't go into the full, and I don't think you did right up front, but don't go into the full like, "Hey, this is Arvin with Integrity Capital. We do this, this, and this. I'm looking to," because then it sounds like it's definitely a cold call. When you're a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more casual with it and you just kind of, make it seem like he's expecting your call, they're more than likely to, hopefully pass you through. So I know that gatekeepers are tough, but you definitely have to respect, the relationship that, they have with the person, and you can push and push, but ultimately sometimes you just have to kind of let them decide if like, the
Mm-hmm.
person offered to just get your information and they'll relay that on. You can do
Yeah.
that and then follow up with them in a few days and just make sure they got it, just kind of keep following up, but definitely have to be nice to the gatekeepers. So good job on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Usually, based on my experience, the gatekeepers, I would say, are more receptive because, of course, they just like to find out where you're calling that person. Do you have any message for that particular person? I mean, based on my experience, they're really very willing to get the information, and some of them are also willing to gave an alternative number, like giving the mobile number or another contact number for for that person that I'm looking for. Based on my experience so far, I haven't experienced any, I would say, someone who is, I would say, starky, for the moment that I introduce myself and the company. So that's so far what I can say for those gatekeepers. And the only thing is that when you leave them a message, that's the part that they never they never call back.
Yeah.
They never return any call, even if you take their numbers telling you that. Don't worry, I will ask that person to give you a call. So just maybe after he's done with the meeting, he will give you a call back. Then after that, nobody calls. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no,
basically what
it
I've
is.
experienced. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if they're actually taking your information and passing it along. But I think the best thing that you can do is just, make a note on your, left a message with the receptionist and then put in a follow up to follow up with them in 2, 3 days or a week later,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
just to check in and make sure they got it. I think that kind of shows that you're persistent
Mhm.
and you actually want to talk to this person.
Yeah.
Yeah, best thing to do is just continue to follow up and be persistent.
Yeah. Sorry. Another observation, Jack, for those gatekeepers, because based on the leads that you have sent me, let's say there's a set of leads and there are plenty of, let's say, managers or VIPs on those same company that are tagged. So I'm just wondering because each time I call the leads, I notice that the same gatekeeper that was picking up the call because they work under the same roof. So how do we go about it? Because we are calling different types of persons in one set of leads. For example, from this stream realty, you can see that there are vice presidents, presidents, directors, and they're all being picked up by one gatekeeper. So it's the same person that I was speaking with, and they knew already that you're the same guy. Yeah, I'll check it out and see if that person is available. So basically, how do we handle the kind of thing?
So like when there's a different gatekeeper each time,
No,
you're
it's the
saying?
same gatekeeper. Yeah, I mean it's the same person. It's the same receptionist, but we're calling a different person who is also
Oh,
the
I got it. Got it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, in that case, and is this relating to like brokers, like the sales brokers,
Yeah,
or
sales brokers. I
yeah,
mean, sales brokers or those who are developers, for example, you got those set of leads that you have assigned to me. They work under one company, and of course, there's a one gatekeeper who's picking up the call. But there are so many
yeah,
people working at that same company with different kind of position. The position, let's say, there are five vice presidents, one director, and they're all work under the same company, but they all under one, under one gatekeeper was picking up.
uh,
So. Yeah.
yeah. I would say I think there's kind of two different answers for the borrowers and developers that you're calling, and
Yep.
there's one gatekeeper. I would just try and find the person that would be the decision maker.
Yeah.
So find the person that would probably be most important in that company that we
Mhm.
should be calling. It's going to either be the president, the CEO, or like a chief financial officer. That's probably
Yep.
going to be the person that's making the decisions and really that we need to be in touch with. So you don't need to be calling 4 or 5 different people from a development firm, and getting in touch with the same gatekeeper. Just say,
Yeah.
I'm looking to reach out to Dave, who might be the CEO,
See, okay.
and just
Gotcha.
focus on him. Now, on the broker side, I wouldn't be, if you're just running into the same gatekeeper over and over, that's kind of a tougher situation. I would try and find the cell phones if you can, and you can send those to me, like what their names are. Maybe I can find the cell phones in Apollo or something, or yeah, it's just tough. You don't want to be calling the same
Yeah.
gatekeeper each time asking for different people. So I think on the broker side, you could just let me know who you're trying to reach out to,
Mhm.
and hopefully I can find their cell numbers through Apollo or something through
That
another way. So that's how we could
makes sense.
go about that. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, Jack. So, yeah, I have been
Awesome.
at the kind of situation several times, calling the same
Yeah.
gatekeeper, but looking for a different person because I think the best way is just to identify the decision maker. That's the best thing that I
Yeah.
should do. And then for brokers, yeah, I'll try to find out and see if I can yeah, retrieve those information, for the broker side, we can really speak with any brokers as long as we see them, let's say brokers, associate broker, those kind of job description, we can liaise with them and offer them our services, right?
Yeah. Really, like sometimes they have like investment sales as their
Yep.
title,
Yeah, I can see that.
sales agent or sales
Yep.
broker. Yeah, that's usually who we're trying to, and they might have like an associate or analyst under them, which is fine, but we're really trying to find like the broker, the agent that's actually marketing the deal and
hmm
has the relationship with the client ultimately.
hmm
So, does that make sense?
Yep, that makes perfect sense. So I think next time I'll go ahead and filter them. hmm
Yeah, and just let me know and I can find some cell numbers for you. So the last role play we'll do is just I'll just be a really mean,
hmm
cold person,
Okay.
disinterested, and we'll do that to wrap up. And I'll try to be try to be cold to you.
Sure. Understand. Okay. Let's go ahead. Hi, I'm looking for Jack, please.
This is Jack. Who's this?
Hi, Jack. This is Arvin from Integrity Capital. We are an advisory firm specializing in bridge financing. Is this a good time to talk to you?
That's all right. I don't really know why you're calling though. I don't think I requested a call.
Yeah, I perfectly understand that. And, I'm not selling anything here. I'm just reaching out to introduce some of the latest market terms for bridge financing. So if this will not take too much of your time, like what I've said, I'll just go ahead and email you some important information on the market terms and how loans are getting funded. Will that be okay with you?
I don't know if I need that. What do you guys focus on? Do you guys just do commercial or what's the focus there?
Yeah, actually, we focus on bridge lending nationwide with deals to 5 to 100 million in size. Yeah, we focus in commercial, multifamily, industrial, and hotel, those kind of stuff. Actually, there's no any obligation here. We're just trying to introduce our company, and if there's something that's interest you, maybe you can just simply reply to my email, and we'll be glad to build a connection. And like what I've said, we are just here to add value to whatever you currently have. Will that be all right?
I already have a lender that I use, but I appreciate you calling though.
Wow, that's great. I know that you have that we have our own partner lenders because we have already built a relationship. We have built a trust with them, and we're just here basically to supplement to whatever lenders or partner that you currently have right now. Like what I've said, if there's something that you want to look at on the email that we've sent, and if there's anything that might interest you, we're just here to offer you our services. So maybe you can just simply maybe you can provide me your email. It's just trying to send you some helpful information, especially on how to get your deals funded in a more effective and efficient way.
I just don't really want to give out my email right now, but I'll reach out to you if I need you though.
Okay. I appreciate that, Jack. Sure. You can call me on this number if there's anything that you might be needing in the future. Let's say you have any upcoming financing requests in the future or some information about how deals are getting funded. Just call me back. I'm Arvin again from Integrity Capital. Thank you so much for your time, and you have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Arvin. You too.
Yep.
So that was good. I think you handled that pretty well. It's tough like when the person doesn't want to give their email. I know you asked it like 2 or 3 times. I would try and pivot to just maybe learning more about what they do, getting them to talk a little bit more. Usually people like to talk about themselves. So if you can ask a couple questions like, is there an asset type you like to focus on? Do you focus on
Mhm.
a particular market? He mentioned that, I mentioned that, I already have a lender. You could dig into that more and just kind of see what you like about working with them, or do you work with banks or credit unions, that kind of stuff. So when someone's really like cold and really not wanting to talk, you can try and just open them up with some questions and see what they're willing to give. You could kind of
Yeah.
look at it that way. So good job though.
Yeah, because for me, based on what I have experienced, because the moment that I heard that they are not really interested to whatever you're offering, the common objection for cold calling is that I'm not interested with any of the services that you are offering. Please take me off your list. I don't need any of your services. So when I hear that, I just let it go and move on with the next call because to be honest, I really don't know how to overcome that kind of objection because I don't want to waste your time. And also, I think the chances of getting or asking any additional information will really try to
Yeah.
will not there will not be really open to whatever questions that you will be asking. So that's basically the common objection that I've been facing for cold calling. I mean, you when during the role playing, I mean that's still not I would say a rude or someone who is not really
I'm trying to be rude, but
yeah. Yeah, because based on what I've experienced so far, when I hear that, I'm not really interested to whatever service that you're offering. Just take me off your list. I don't need anything from you. Yeah, then I said, okay, just move on. Yeah, but so far the common thing that I would answer them when they object about the what cold calling, let's say, I'm not interested. No, no, I'm just trying to introduce our. I'm not saying no, no. I'm just trying to introduce our company. We are an advisory firm specializing in bridge lending. If there's something that might interest you, we'll be happy to help you out. And they said, no, no, I
yeah.
don't need any of your services. I have my own partner lenders. Oh, then when I hear that, then that's the time that I will go ahead and apply what you taught me that we are just here to
Mhm.
supplement. And if there's anything, then that's the time that I can go ahead and proceed what you taught me. But the moment that I hear that I'm not interested, I don't need any of your services, please take me off your list, then what I do is I just move on and let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. And I've gotten that
Uh-huh.
rejection a lot. I think the one thing that I kind of point back on is like, okay, are they really not interested and they really don't need my services, or did I approach them in a way that made them uncomfortable and they just didn't want to talk to me? Sometimes I always like kind of reflect on like, okay, could I have handled that differently, and maybe they'd be more open to at least I could get an email or just more information on them. So I always point back to just being very casual with my approach, and I think that opens up people, and they don't feel as pressured to, they don't feel pressured to, they're not signing up for something right now. Basically, it's
Yeah.
just a warm introduction. It's a warm intro. We're trying to just build the relationship with them and be there at the right time when they might need us. So I would just kind of always go back to the approach and just try and be casual with it. Don't be, I know you're going to keep practicing and it's going to get better over time
Hmm.
with the approach. So sometimes people just truly don't need our services, or sometimes they just didn't like the way we called them. So I think always just trying to improve the way that we speak to them. I think maybe we'll see a difference in the numbers if we just keep practicing and doing
Yep.
better. I think that kind of wraps it up on my end, but is there any other questions or anything you wanted to go over with me?
Yeah, I think I have nothing to ask. I think we're good. Whatever you've said or what you've taught today, I will definitely apply it.